Welcome back to Have Roots Will Travel. My name is Lisa Elvin Steltori, and this is another episode of Les Filles à Marier, the Marriageable Girls. Since 2023, I have been examining this particular series, which began, the time period was between 1634 and 1662. So there are about 262 of them. We just crossed over to 114, I think. And so we're making our way through the list. But we really want to take the time to honor and recognize these amazing pioneers who came so very, very early. But before we begin, let me show you ways you can support the channel. Subscribe, like, and notify are all ways of helping the logarithm grow and all that good stuff. The next couple of ways are ways to help the channel finance itself. And we have the memberships that are now available on YouTube. They start at 99 cents a month and they go all the way to $24.99. Each of them have their own perks and specials and that sort of thing. And you can also donate on PayPal on My Have Roots Will Travel. You can set it up as a monthly on PayPal, or you can just do a one-time subscription. There's also, I believe, and people are starting to do it more now, these thanks that you see, the little super thanks if you like a particular video. That is also another angle. So any way you do it, if you do it, it's all good. So thank you so very, very much to those of you who have donated thus far, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So let's get on with the show. Today we're going to look at episode 114, Francoise Bigot, a fille à marier. It is a viewer request, so let's get to know Francoise a little bit better. Francoise was born in 1631 in La Ventrouge parish, this parish of Sainte Madeleine. Her parents were Jean Bigot and Thomine Gestel. La Ventrouge is found in the Orne department in Normandy. It has currently a population of only 125. It's a very small, as you can imagine, commune, but its roots date back to colonial eras in France, notable for the historical ties to New France immigration. It features two registered historical documents, the 16th century Château de la Ventrouge that you can see on your right, and the 15th century Église Sainte-Madeleine, which is where she would have been baptized. And that and it reflects the legacy of French exploration and settlement in North America. So many people actually came from this particular parish and came to New France. Francoise's mother, Thomine, did become a widow and did remarry, and at her marriage, one of the witnesses was a man named Jean Jussereau, who those of you who are familiar with New France history know that he played a very pivotal role. So it's not really that surprising that Francoise and her mother and her younger brother would come to New France as of 1647. She selected and who selected her. His name was Charles Gilbourg, and he was born in 1609 in Tourouvre, France, which is in the department of Orne, just like her. And this particular place, Tourouvre, is really, really notable as being a significant center for immigration. The village is home to the Museum of French Immigration to Canada on my top 10 list, which highlights this historical connection. The church that he would have been baptized in, Saint Aubin, dates back to the 15th century. And this is on the left, you'll see kind of the picturesque scene, the countryside, if you will, of Tourouvre. Charles was already in New France before Francoise, maybe a year or two, and he was a domestic servant in the home of Noël Jussereau. Again, that name plays a part in the connection between Charles and Francoise. On September 19th, 1647, Charles and Francoise were married at Quebec City and would begin their new life together. So the family would settle at Sillery, which was its own proper city, eventually would become amalgamated into Quebec City. But in 1637, it was established as one of the very first European settlements. It began as a Jesuit missionary outpost with the goal of converting local indigenous peoples to Christianity. The settlement was funded by Noël Boulard de Sillery, a French diplomat and philanthropist whose generosity left, obviously, a lasting legacy. During its early days, Sillery became a hub for agriculture and trade. It was not successful as a mission center, but it did reestablish itself. And the neighborhood is also known for its ties to Quebec's religious history. Many churches and cemeteries in Sillery date back centuries. Today, walking through Sillery is like really stepping back in time. The beautiful heritage homes showcase Quebec's colonial architects, and notably, in the middle you'll see the house, which it has been rebuilt, but it is the Maison des Jésuites de Sillery, the Jesuit house of Sillery. And it really, truly is an amazing little place to visit. So please, if you have a moment, go and visit one of the early parts of New France. They would go on to have 3 children together. Marie-Geneviève married Sébastien Gingras and would have 5 children, all of whom made it. She then would marry Pierre Robin and would have 1 child who also made it. Charles would pass away at age 36 without leaving any descendants. Marguerite would marry Antoine Pouliot and have 2 children, both of whom made it to adulthood. She then would marry Jacques Rousseau and would have 9 children, all of whom made it to adulthood. Now, Charles would pass away before reaching the age of 50. In 1658, he and Francoise were married a mere 10 years. You who descend from this line, you'll be pleased to note that Charles is prominently honored at the museum in Normandy for those who came to New France from this church. And there is Charles that I've circled there, where he would have been baptized. So just know that he is not forgotten. The new groom who would show up to marry Francoise was Denis Brière de La Brière. He was born in 1631 in Sainte-Marguerite-sur-Duclair. His parents were Denis Brière and Jacqueline Perrault. Now, the area that he's from is from the Normandy region, but he's from the Seine-Maritime area. And Sainte-Marguerite sur Duclair, you can see the church there in the upper left. Its history is deeply shaped by the Viking settlers who arrived in Normandy during the 9th and 10th centuries, eventually integrating into the local population and leaving a very profound impact. Among those most notable landmarks is the Church of Sainte Marguerite, which is a beautiful structure built in the 16th century on top of another. Obviously that it's part of, they rebuild churches upon churches. And as part of Normandy, Sainte-Marguerite-sur-Duclair witnessed key historical events, including the Norman conquest of England in 1066, which brought prosperity and influence to the region. And it also witnessed the turbulence of World War II. Sainte-Marguerite-sur-Duclair has retained that rural charm and agricultural heritage. Today it has about 2,000 people living there, and you can walk the streets and truly feel the centuries-old witness that they are and the fact that they have withstood the test of time. Truly a beautiful area. Denis and Marguerite would be married May 8th, 1658 at Quebec City. They would settle at Cap Rouge, which is located on the western edge of Quebec City along the St. Lawrence River. It's a neighborhood known for its breathtaking landscapes and historical significance. Its name, which translates to Red Cape, originates from the striking red cliffs that define its geography. Cap Rouge holds a special place in North American history as the site of Charlebourg Royal, a settlement established in 1541 by Jacques Cartier. Although this early attempt at colonization was short-lived, it marked one of the first European settlements in the New World, highlighting Cap Rouge's role in the beginnings of French exploration. And we can see by one of the things that it's known for those who love bridges, it's home to the iconic Cap Rouge Trestle, a towering railway bridge constructed in 1908, which offers spectacular views of the lush greenery and the St. Lawrence River below. And there are so many different aspects to really view this particular town. It has this feeling about it where you are truly stepping back in time. All of the villages of Quebec have this, but Cap Rouge, with its connection to Jacques Cartier, is particularly good. Now, Église Saint-Félix, which you can see on the upper left, that was only built in 1859. Before the establishment of this church, residents of Cap Rouge attended religious services in neighboring parishes. The village was served by the parishes of Ancienne Lorette, Saint-Augustin, and Sainte-Foy. And the reason I mention this is one of the things that's important when you're doing genealogy is to verify, when the church was built, how were the baptisms done, where were they done. All kinds of information can be gleaned. So don't only stick to that particular, try to see what was around in case, for whatever reason, they chose to have a baptism somewhere else and you're looking for it. So you never know where you're going to find it. Now, in the 1666 census, we have Denis Brière, his wife Francoise, and we have Denis, Francoise, Marie. Now, you can see that the Guilbeault, the Guilbeault children, Marie, Charles, and Marguerite, are listed there as well. And they have a domestic, Pierre Campignard. Now, in the 1667 census, we have Denis and his wife Françoise. We have Charles, Marguerite, Denis, Françoise, Thomine Chastel, leur mère, femme de Jean Bigot. So you can see that they have gotten their grandmother to live with them. And then we have 11 beasts, which are cows, and 20 alfalfa, 17 acres of land. And now we return to Saint-Augustin-de-Domaine. This tiny community of Saint-Augustin-de-Domaine is an interesting place, as 17 Filles du Roi made their mark here. And on the left hand, you will see where Françoise was found, and there she is at the very bottom. And it was established in 1647. The territory began to be occupied. By 1671, a community mill was established, and it was named Saint Augustin de Domaine by the third lord, who actually became the seigneur, Paul Augustin Juchereau de Mar. Remember that name, Juchereau? It's always there. And by 1691, they established a parish. There's no official records, but at that time there were approximately 200 people, and so they were there at the very beginning. Go on to have 9 children. Denis would marry Marie Elizabeth Marier, and they would have 1 child who survived and had descendants. Françoise would marry Michel Marier and would have 11 children, 10 of whom made it to adulthood and 9 who left descendants. Sebastien would die in infancy. The second Sebastien would also die. Etienne would die in infancy as well. Charles would pass away before the 1681 census. Jean would marry Françoise Bourassa, and they would have 3 children, all of whom would make it to adulthood. Françoise's mother was a fille du roi, Jeanne Quelqueux, a fille du roi who we have not yet profiled. Charles did not marry or leave descendants as far as we know, and there is no further record of Joseph. Let's have a look at the 1681 census. We have Denis listed at 50, his wife also 50. Children, Charles, that's Charles from their earliest, from her first marriage. We have Denis, living there: Jean, Charles, Joseph. They have one gun, five bêta-cornes, which are 5 goats or any horned animal, 15 arpents à valeur, about 12 acres of land. Francoise passed away at age 75. Amazing. She and Denis were married 48 years. Between her 2 husbands, she would leave us with 172 descendants. She is buried at Saint Augustin. Denis would pass away himself at age 80 in 1711, and he is buried at Neuville. Probably the reason for the two burial spots is because probably at that age he was living with one of his children, and that is very, very typical. While I was searching for information on Denis Brière, I did stumble across this picture and I couldn't help but share it with you. I have posted the link so you can also check that out as well. But it was really wonderful, and it looks like it is staged in a church, possibly at Saint Augustin de Demarre. And so ends our story of Francoise Bigot. She really was a remarkable woman. She just kept on keeping on. And to leave us with that many descendants as of 1729, a remarkable feat. And the fact that she survived till the age of 75, just amazing for that time period. So we are so grateful that she came and she was able to contribute to the 2 communities that she became a part of. And we are so eternally thankful for her contribution. So we bless her memory and we say her name with pride, Francoise Bigot. And I say thank you to all my subscribers and participants and all of you who are members. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your continual support. Until I see you on the next episode of Les Filles Mariées, au revoir.